and nobody else can figure that out. What is that? And I said, it's easy, Joss. You just take the smart thing to do with your characters, what any good writer would do, and then do exactly the opposite thing. And turn it on its head and see what happens. And he was like, oh man, you got me. And I guess that's what I learned to try to, whenever I'm looking at something that I want to do, whether it's a movie that no one's going to make or a TV series that no one wants to hear about, then I try to do that. Like I've got a treatment of Supergirl where the idea is not if she's going to get hurt, but if she's going to hurt people. So that's exactly the opposite of the character, but it's actually very interesting. So I learned that from Joss. Yeah. Thank you.
Next question over here.
Hi. So this question is for Juliet. That's loud. One of the reasons why I'm a huge fan of all of his shows is that I think Joss writes just amazing roles for women. And I wanted to know if you had any comments about that, or if what you experienced with him versus what you may have experienced with other people that really may have developed or changed your perspective of what it means to be a woman actress in...
That was for me, right? Oh.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it's one of the things to play a character that has so much dimension and so many different colors and so many dynamics. It's an actress's dream. Very often, if you're the villain, you're just evil. And here, there was so many different elements to the character. There was this, epic love story, and this, the complete sweet side to the character. Little twisted and off side to the character. All of those elements are so rich and rare for a woman and rare on television as well. So for me, it was really a dream to get to play it. And certainly the show, Buffy, the central character, is a really strong female character and was, trailblazing even more so at that time, and still.
You always seem like you really relished all of the corners of the character. That's what I got from watching you.
I did have I did have such a great time. It was, in a way, it's like a Shakespearean kind of character, and to get to do that on television over a long period of time, and, what more fun is there than that?
That's what I remember about our scenes together was, I would do scenes with other actresses, and they'd be concerned about, is this going to make me look weird or bad, or is this going to be, and you were just fearless. Mm-hmm. You were just like, oh, this is interesting, let's go. I was just like, fabulous.
Cool.
Yeah.
Question from over here.
On the mic.
Uh-oh.
Okay, this is for James. Do you think Spike relates to you in any way? His traits, his actions?
His cheekbones.
Does Spike relate to me? Well, I guess, the honest answer is it's all me. I remember thinking, Joss, you can make me do whatever you want, but how the audience reacts to me, that's my job. And I am not going to make them hate me like you want me to. And so I used myself in that. And I think that in acting, it's like the camera does not want to see your ideas. I happen to think that every human being is beautiful enough and interesting enough to be stared at for long periods of time. But most actors tend to cover up our most interesting parts, trying to be interesting, or more interesting than we truly are. And so we present an idea that is in fact less interesting than simply if we just reveal ourselves. Mm-hmm. So acting is really at that point becomes just a simple act of bravery of saying I am enough to be stared at. I also think this is kind of hopefully interesting. That the only time in nature that animals stare at each other is when they're about to eat each other. And so there is this very honest reaction when either a camera or a crew or an audience is staring at you. There's a fight-flight thing. You either want to fight them or you want to get the heck out. And in order and to overcome that and be vulnerable and reveal yourself in that situation, that's kind of the challenge of acting. And so my first instinct is to say, no, everyone used to tell me I'm nothing like my character. But the truth is, I think that was all me in some way that maybe I haven't even really labeled yet. That's not really an answer, but it's the best I got.
Oh, that was a good answer. I was about to take notes. It really was. That was a good answer. Am I that interesting, James?
You are way that interesting, man. Over here, yes.
Mr. Marsters, I don't care how old you are, you're still hot.
I love you. You have awesome taste.
My question is there any projects that any of you are working on that you can talk to us about?
Yeah, I just finished 2 different movies. It's now called The Bronx Bull. It was formerly called Raging Bull 2. And I play a Viennese wild party girl movie star, and I have an affair with William Forsythe plays the boxer Jake LaMotta. And then I just got back from Africa. I'm playing the female lead in a movie called Where the Road Runs Out, and I'm an English missionary that runs an orphanage in West Africa. And then this you can't see, but I did a 6-month run of a show in Los Angeles, Danny in the Deep Blue Sea, and we got extended 5 times, and it was really amazing because we were oversold every night for the entire 6 months, and it was just a truly creative, wonderful, wonderful experience.
I am, let's see, I'm a recurring character on a television series that I can't talk about.
Oh yeah, I have a project I can't talk about yet either.
Sorry.
That I'm starting soon.
But I can tell you it's on the Sci-Fi Channel. I play, let's see, I did a French television series called Metal Hurlant, or Metal Hurlant. It's really cool. The story's like, it's a teenage girl that wakes up in a bomb shelter, and her next door neighbor is down there, and he says, World War III has started, the missiles have already been fired, I happen to have had this bomb shelter, I didn't have time to tell you about it, so I knocked you out and dragged you in here. And she has to figure out if he's lying or not. And it's like the original black and white Twilight Zone. It's really twisted and really dark, and just nobody comes out very good. And so there's that. There's a movie called Dragon Warrior. That's a big special effect movie that they're still working on in post. Should be out within the year. My band, you can get the latest album from my band, Ghost the Robot, Murphy's Law on iTunes and Amazon. It debuted, like I think I said, at 106 on the top 200. We're working on the small little victory there. We're working on the next album. Just starting again the Harry Dresden Files, the next book on that. And then a couple weeks after that, the next book of Vampire Empire, another book on tape, and then another series of books on tape that I'm doing. So I'm getting into books on tape, and I think that's what I got for now.
And I am in the process of working on something that is so incredibly important to me, and I was hoping to be able to talk a lot about it right now, but I'm not quite ready to reveal it yet, although I'm involved in something coming up in the next few weeks where you might hear about it, but I don't want you to hear about it until I'm ready to tell you about it, because it's so important to me, and I really want you all to see it. It's just a part of me that I want to share with everyone. It's my story, and it's important to me, and I want you all to feel it. So I'll let you know when it's coming. So yeah.
Right on.
All right. Is that a hand up? Yeah. Oh, I'm not the moderator. I'm sorry. Why am I calling on people?
I can't even see her. Hello.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, go.
My question is for James. I know a lot of people ask Buffy about the episode that she read, how she felt about it. I was just wondering what your take on it.
Is this the bathroom scene? Yeah. Mm-hmm. The question is, how did I feel about the bathroom scene? That was the moment when I realized in bed that I had to do anything to whoever they said to do it. I can't watch those scenes. When I see a movie, if I know that a scene like that isn't a movie, I won't go see it. If a scene like that comes up on TV, I'll turn it off before I break it. And I really was not expecting that to come into a television series that I was involved in. I remember talking to Steve tonight that morning, and I was shaking, and I was just like, Steve, sometimes you don't realize what you're putting us through when you write this stuff. I remember the first shot, I was so tense that when I opened the door, I have a whiplash in my neck from a bunch of stunts on stage a long time ago, and I was so tense that it just popped, and you could hear it go like that, and I just collapsed to the floor like shaking, and Sarah's like, "Are you okay?" You know? What I will say is that the writers on Buffy were being asked to do something very brave with every script, which was basically take your most humiliating day, or the day you did something really wrong to someone who didn't deserve it, slap fangs and blood on the top of it, and tell the world about your pain. So they, on a consistent level, were doing something very brave. And that one was written in the same vein. And it was an honest experience of someone who made a mistake and was trying to talk about that through Buffy. I wish I hadn't had to do it. I literally was on the corner of the set, on the concrete, and I had the thought, if I just hit my head hard enough against the floor, I can fly through the floor and get away. But I didn't, and that's good. But that, that scene sent me into therapy, and thank God, because I'm happier now. So it was a good thing. So that's, yeah.
All right, we're running short on time, and we'll take our final question from over here today.
Fun fact, I grew up in Sunnyvale, California. And I went to college at UCLA in LA, so I grew up in the cities when Buffy and Angel were airing. And Jay August, you're the reason why I wore do-rags in high school. So.
I'm sorry.
My question is actually for you. When you on Angel, when you transitioned from being the muscle to the high intelligent lawyer, I thought that as far as an image for African American male watching the show was great because we're always portrayed as the thug and whatnot. And I just wanted to know your feelings on Joss making the writers making the choice to revert you back toward the ending of the season 5.
Wow. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out if I knew that the show was going to be done by the time that I went back. I don't think I did know, but I'm sort of glad that the character kind of ended in his roots in a way. I loved that whole legal upgrade thing. It just gave me another. I was very clear on the fact from the minute I started working on Angel, from day one, even episode 1, I said to myself, this could be the best job you ever have in your life. And even in that first episode, I said, this could be the best episode you ever do on this whole show. Because every week, something new was being asked of me. It wasn't the job that you could phone in. You couldn't show up to Angel or Buffy and just say, oh, I know this character, I've got this, I can do this, I can fly by the seat of my pants. No, every week I was asked to be a romantic lead, I was asked to be a comic foil, I was asked to be a hero, I was asked to be a villain, I was asked to juggle. Who knows how to juggle? But I was in a space with myself, and I still am, where I was wanting to take up that challenge. Oh, you need me to juggle on Thursday and it's Monday? I'll do that. It asked so much of me. And so when that came, I was really excited about it. And when I was told to go back, I was excited about it because I felt like the character kept building and growing. And honestly, I feel that it was just a major gift to be a black man on that show and to rock that character the way that we did. I'm really proud of the work we did. I was, happy to be a part of it. I was so honored to get the job and to meet everybody that I worked with. It was a gift. It was one of the, great blessings of my life. So I was happy and honored to be a part of it. So thank you. If you wear your do-rag later, I'll wear mine.
And
How about
can
a
I
big
say-
hand for Juliet? Oh, go ahead, James.
I just wanted to say I love DragonCon. We're out talking about deep things, and we're all. But hold on. Then I look over and I see Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's bored. I'm sorry, brother, but you're like sitting there like, okay.
Look at Puppet Angel.
I love these.
Smile time.
Yeah. I love you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
How about a big hand for Juliet Landau, James Marsters, and J. August Richards? We love you and we thank you for coming to DragonCon this year.